Welcome to Apex Labs. Today, in this session, we will understand the basic setup of Salesforce field service in our org. So, I have created a developer org, and then I have actually installed the field service lightning managed package or the Salesforce field service managed package, and then I would show you how to do the basic setup of field service lightning so that we could get slots and we could book an appointment. So this is just the first video or the first session of the whole session for field service lightning. So let's start. So first of all, we need to enable, if we want to install the field service lightning in our org, then first of all we need to enable the field service lightning in our org. So if you go to field service settings, let me just do a short demo of the whole setup so that it's easier for you all to understand. So first of all, we need to go to field service settings and then enable this field service. After this field service has been enabled, then we can just go to the Google, and then we have the option to install the FSL managed package. So we can just type install FSL Salesforce, and then you'll get a knowledge article or the help article of Salesforce where there would be a link so that you all could download the FSL managed package. So here you can see the link through which we can download the FSL package. So just need to go to this URL, and then the FSL package will be installed into your app. Once the installation is done, then we need to start the configurations. So the very first thing is that we need to go to field service settings, and once we go to the field service settings, we need to first of all update all the permission sets which are part of field service so that we could assign the permission sets of field service to our user. Then only we will be able to access all the admin aspects of field service. So you need to go to the field service settings and then the permission sets. Here you will find all the permission sets which are part of the package. You just need to first of all create these permission sets. Since I have already created it, that's why I'm not getting the option to create the permission set. However, if you are installing it for the first time, you will get an option to create the permission sets. So once the creation of the permission sets have been done, then you need to go to your user, and since the person who would be configuring would be most probably an admin user, so we need to provide the FSL admin permission sets and licenses. So if you go to my user, which is in this developer org, then you would see that I have assigned myself with the admin permission sets and licenses. So you can see that I have provided myself with field service admin license and field service admin permissions. So once this has been given to the user, you will be able to access all these things here. So now if I go to home, I can now then go to the guided setup and then start the whole configuration. So that is the first thing, that we need to assign the FSL admin permission set to our user so that we could do the administration part of the field service aspect. Now, once the administration has been, the licenses of or the FSL admin permission set and a license has been given. Now the next thing is to create a service resource. So before creating a service resource, we need to create a user who has the field service r- licenses and permissions, so that he could be used as a service resource in the org. Therefore, in order to achieve this, I have also created a sample user with the name sales field service resource. So here you can see this user with the name field service resource, and now you can see that I have assigned him or this user the right licenses, for example the field service mobile and the field service scheduling license, and then the right permission sets as well, that is the field service mobile standard permission set, field service mobile license, resource license. So these are the basic permissions which at least a service resource needs. Now once we have provided these field service we have created a field service resource, that is basically a user. We now also need to create a service resource, so that's why I have also created a service resource. Let me show you. So service resource is basically the person or the resource who would be working on the field. So I just created one sample service resource with the name field service resource, and you could see that I have there is a lookup on user, and where I have marked the same user which I just was showing you. The same user is here. I have marked this person as active because when the rules and scheduling engine of field service will run, it will identify those users which are active users in active service resources. So this is the first thing. Now once we have done this field service resource, now we also need territories in the system, so that we could have service resources marked to some territories. So in order to achieve this, I've also created territory in the system. Let me just show you a simple record so that you could understand what is a service territory. So for example, I have created a service territory with name Delhi. So you can see the name is Delhi. I have given an operating hours of Indian Standard Time. This is also a record in Salesforce, which is IST, and the address is India Gate, Delhi. So you could see this is also a sample service territory record which I have created. Now I have also added a territory member to this particular territory, and you can see this territory member record, service territory member, where we have the service resource and the service territory. So this is the service territory Delhi, and the service resource is field service resource. So once this has been done, now the territories have been created and the service resource has been created. Let me also show you what is the use of operating hours. So if you go to the territory and if you go to the operating hours, this basically defines at what is the duration or what is the time period during which a territory is operative or the service resource is operative. That is the time at which the person is available to work. So that's why I created a service territory record here. And you could also see that I have created two time slots at which the person or the territory is operative or the service resources would be available to work, and that is on Monday and Tuesday. The timing is 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Okay, so this is operating hour is basically it defines the slots or the time at which the resources would be available to work for work. Since we have not provided any operating hour and the territory member record, that's why the time would be derived from the territory itself. So in the territory we saw that operating hours IST has been marked, that is the Indian Standard Time, and based on that the availability of service resource would be based on the time slots which is present in this time zone. So this was the basic setup, just to show you a demo. Now let me just do a hands-on to show you how the scheduling would happen. So for that we can create a work order. So I can just go ahead and create a new work order. Suppose as of now I'm just putting all these things in blank. I'm putting a territory here. The address I would like to give is, say, India Gate. City would be Delhi. State is again Delhi, and the country is India. So now if I save this record, now this is a work order, and now corresponding to this work order, if I want to book an appointment, I will just click on this action, and then this option will come, with the help of which we can book a new appointment. So now there is a section here, create a new appointment. I can now get the appointment. So let's see what are the slots available to us. So the system is now trying to find the right slots. Now you would see a very important thing, that the slots would only be available for Monday and Tuesday. This is because of the fact that we have given the times in the operating hours. You saw, right, that the time which we had specified was only on Monday and Tuesday. That's why you are not seeing other slots. So now I can click on any of the slot which has been recommended by Salesforce, and then I can book an appointment. So you can see that a appointment has been booked, and in the related list you will be able to see the assigned resource who has been booked for this particular appointment. You can see that our service resource, the sample service resource, has been booked now. And now we can also see all this data on the dispatch console also. In order to go to the dispatch console, you just need to type the field service, and then it will redirect us to the field service dispatch console. Now you need to understand another point, that in order to access the dispatch console you need to provide yourself with the dispatch license and permission. So this is very important aspect. So once we have provided ourselves with the dispatch license and permission, then this particular dispatch console will be visible to us, and then you can see that the service resource is visible to us. And let's see, you can see on which particular day the appointment has been done. So there would be scheduled start and end. So you can see on 16th April we are getting slots. So if I go to 16th of April, then you can see that this is the appointment which has been booked. So we can get the whole visibility of the system of field service in this dispatch console. That's all for today's lecture, or this session. It was a short introduction on field service. If you liked this session, please do like this video. Thank you.